The other question is from Saphira, and she says that there's a lot of talk of World War III starting this summer or a bit later, centered around Russia and then the Ukraine. Do our ET friends see this also about to happen, and what would they do if nuclear weapons began to be used here on Earth as a result of the war?
Unfortunately, we do see an escalation in your warlike behavior in that part of the world. Our concern is it is going to include the Middle East. That would make it much worse. And there are signs that it could. But we are trying to keep them separated from a distance as much as possible. Because the interest from the Russian area to the Middle East and its oils and things of that nature are very high. And it would make them a world power to be able to control it.
But it's the probability, is that really high, or?
The probability of war is 68%.
Okay. Now.
But we see that it could escalate to a higher percentage even shortly.
So what does that mean for the ascension?
You will continue to ascend because you are not part of that. Your vibrations will continue to move forward. Your vibrations are stronger than the vibrations of war. It can split right through it. It can run right through it. It can affect people even in those areas of great demise. So do not be deterred. Deterred.
Oh, deterred.
Because your energy will save the timeline. 𝗖𝗢𝗓𝗧𝗧. It is up to you to save the timeline, all of you, to gather together, make your hearts bright, move that energy out into the world, make it into a cutting knife through the darkness, to show people light who have none at this time. It will continue to move forward this way, because as the light gets brighter, the dark gets darker. It is the balance, the way it is on your planet. It has been set that way by many, many entities and spirits. So do not be afraid.
There is no war in my world.
That is right. You create no war. Create it in your world. And therefore, you will be living in the light. No matter what is outside the light, it will be not part of you.
Okay. Thank you, Tekkrr. Nitrous?
It is a dire place, the world you live in. And if you accept the direness of it, then you become part of the dire part. If you do not accept it, if you do not believe in it, then you must send the light to it. Send the light around yourself. You will have to make yourself a beam of light first before you can help others. But the very fact that you are creating light within yourself does help others because it emanates out from you. Light cannot stay hidden if it's strong. Even if you put it under a bushel, the bushel will become transparent with light. Every crack and crevice will move with the light, the brighter it becomes. It is hard for you to understand this concept, but continue to be bright lights in the world.
Yeah,
It is strong.
I believe I was talking to Hyan about how do you, because you see certain things and you want to do something about it, but then some are of the concept of just bring into your reality what you want, but there's also people in need. So how do you balance the two things?
It is easy. You bring the light in yourself and you help the others. The light continues to flow out of you as long as your energy is positive. It comes from the very essence of your being. And so there is no need for balance. It will balance you. If you are helping others and you are in the right intention, there is no need for balancing. The balance will be there.
Yeah, because others, some people think that if you go there, then you're bringing that kind of energy into your world, that kind of reality into your world.
You are taking your energy to their world and giving it to them. You do not have to bring back their energy. Not unless you intend to or you do not protect yourself well enough. But the balance will be there. You can be with anyone and be balanced and not bring back the negative. You can actually make the negative brighter. Cut through it. But if you see something that it comes through into the eyes that is very negative and disturbing, is that what they mean? Perhaps that vision is purified in the spirit and becomes a greater compassion for the world. Do not let it turn you dark, but turn it light and make it something of a passion to help those that have experienced that darkness, a passion that will help bring a light to that darkness, an experience that will make you not afraid of the darkness. Because I can walk into a war and see the bodies and see the destruction. But you know what else I see? I see the reason for me to be there. I see the spirit needs to work here. I see the light needs to penetrate here. I am not concentrated on what my eyes are perceiving, but what my heart is perceiving for that area. What my life needs to do to help with this situation. I do not let this overcome this. I let this overcome this. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
Because I believe everything
Yeah.
is divinely orchestrated.
Yes.
Everything.
You must be.
Everything is a what?
If you would like the divine to be orchestrated, you must conduct it. Because your version of spirit is different than any others. And as you conduct your orchestra of spirituality, build it into a beautiful harmony and notes that fit together well. If you build discordance in the notes as a thing of beauty, then those things of discordance will eventually be known as beautiful and come together in a greater harmony than you have imagined before. Do you understand?
I do.
Because there are many notes in an orchestra, many instruments, and that's what you are. You are all many instruments in that orchestra. Conduct your own orchestra. You are.
Thank you for that explanation, Tekkrr. I had been wondering about that since, different
It is
people have
my
different.
heart to tell you at this time that this is the perception that you must carry with you. You must see the negative, but not as something that affects you in the sense that it makes you negative, but in the sense that it touches you in your heart, your compassion. You're willing to give to that dark energy something lighter. Give out something to it. Do not become part of it. Make it part of you in the sense that you are overcoming it and that it is sensing that you are not turning dark and you are not hopeless and you are not saying, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you. I've never heard some of you say, there's nothing I can do for you. I have never heard some of you say, I'm sorry, there is nothing I can do. There is always, even if it's just giving of your prayers and light and understanding, never ever say, there's nothing I can do for you. There's never a time for that. There is never a time for that. Because you can always do something. There is always something that you can do. Even if it's the smallest thing, it is something you can do. And never say that to anyone. Never say that to anyone.
Yes.
Because you will know what? It will come back and someone will say it to you and you will understand why you should never say it to anyone.
Yeah, because I think this is also all about us, with the ascension, us making bringing the
Yes, the
light
dark.
within us and turning around and giving a hand to the other person that needs it.
Yes. And
And
you've brought me into a spiritual conversation where I'm very animated because it means much to me.
yes,
But I would like to share that the darkness on your planet is weaker than any of you. Do you understand that? The energy and positivity within you is greater than any negative energy that you will encounter. And you may not believe that, but you will in time.
yeah, I have to say at
Darkness is
times,
weak. All you have to do is shine a light into the darkness. What happens? The darkness disappears. It opens up with the light. It is weak. It does not fight against the light. It does not fight your beam of light. It cannot. Light overcomes darkness. Yarako Shun. Namaste to all of you.
namaste. Shiohoni, shioho,
Shiho. I understand, yes. Oh, question. Yekua. Keep my words of light within your heart. I know that sometimes it is difficult to be able to bring forth that light out of you to cover the darkness that you see or feel. But it is there as a comfort to you, as light workers, as ascending people, humans. You are much more powerful than you actually believe that you are. And it is time for you to know that. It is time for you to be aware that your energy is almost endless because you are not working alone. If you run out of energy within yourself, you draw energy in from those around you and from those helping you, especially if you speak those words out loud that you need help. It is right there. It is right there. It is immediate. It is strong. It is palpable. At least it will be. In your near future, you will be able to understand that even in the darkest moments, when you are feeling that nothing can be done, something is happening. You are either turning into light, you may be leaving this lifetime, but never is there nothing happening within you. Never is there nothing happening within you. Never is there nothing happening within you. Energy and light constantly moving, constantly part of your vibration of who you are. It never stops moving, never stops growing, even if it's growing just a wee bit. Of course, it can go the other direction, you can go backwards, but you're still moving. So let it go forward. It's like watching a plant grow. You don't see it growing, but yet the next day it looks different, and the next day it looks different, and the next day it looks different, does it not? Did it stop growing because you didn't see it growing?
No.
No. No. No. Bless you, my people, my friends.
Thank you,
Blessings
Tekkrr.
to you. Blessings to you, Tekkrr. Thanks.
Love you,
Thanks.
Tekkrr.
Thank you. We love you.
Love you.
See you soon, Tekkrr. Much love.